I'm sure we all know why we've all gathered here today.
Drama in the makeup community is like the Tiger King of social media. Tons of awful people are involved, it gets way more attention than you'd expect, and believe it or not, the main focus isn't actually on the makeup itself. In the newest edition of this never-ending nightmare, an extremely popular TikToker named Mikayla has been receiving tons of backlash for lying to her audience about a mascara. This has caused so many people on TikTok and Twitter to lose their minds. And the most interesting thing about all of this is that while Mikayla was absolutely in the wrong for what she had done, people are using this as an excuse to give other awful influencers a redemption arc. This is going to be one of those videos where it's completely unscripted and I'm just speaking my mind on certain things. It's something I haven't done in a while because I've been doing a lot of deep dives on things lately, but I am annoyed with a lot of things and I have some opinions in this video and I want to share them with you today. Makeup on YouTube is something that has been dying over the past few years, and I know, not a lot of people are watching my channel for makeup related content, and you don't have to be interested in makeup at all to follow this story because it's been everywhere on social media anyway, so you probably already know about it. But even if you don't, it's more about being sneaky and lying to your audience, seemingly on purpose.
This is one coat. Okay, I'm gonna add a second. Look at the length. Do you see that?
There are some forms of content that are no longer popular on YouTube and that are dying and that are becoming more popular on TikTok in short form content, and makeup vlogs is one of them. And I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that a few years ago there was a lot of drama around the makeup community on YouTube, and people began to lose trust with a lot of really popular makeup influencers. A lot of which was for good reason, because we found out that quite a few of these huge makeup YouTubers that were at the top of their game were not the greatest people. So now we have TikTokers running the scene for makeup, and this was the beginning of Mikayla's career. She was becoming very popular doing makeup reviews, and she was becoming the next big makeup influencer. As Mikayla began to grow more and more popular, of course, controversies began to follow. I don't think there's a single influencer who has millions upon millions of followers who doesn't have some sort of controversy. I mean, we're literally seeing Mr. Beast being hated on for helping blind people. We live in weird times. Anyway, a few months ago, Mikayla was already in a lot of hot water because this clip resurfaced of her claiming that her job as an influencer was really, really hard.
You know, I'm feeling like a today, so I'm gonna clap back at people because I'm tired. I'm so tired. Every single day, I get up at 6 a.m. I spend about 5 to 6 hours filming video content that ranges from 3 to 4 videos, and then I spend a few hours editing that video content. Then I have to work on my other social media profiles, whatever it may be, Instagram, whatever. It's marketing. Then I'm in meetings from 12 to 5. I literally just finished working. It's 5:19. Try being an influencer for a day. Try it. Because the people who say it's easy are so far out of their minds, try it for a day. It is not for everybody. In fact, it's for a very small handful of people who can actually do this job. Because it's absolutely insane. You do not want to have this job. I'm just saying.
Yeah, personally, in my opinion, I totally get that being a content creator, being an influencer of any kind isn't for everyone, but the way that she complained about it really made her seem ungrateful, in my opinion. Now, she did come out and apologize for this, and she did a pretty decent job at explaining everything and not brushing it under the rug, and I think a lot of people respected her for the way that she responded to this, but there were still a few people who were upset about this, and rightfully so. Right now we're going through times where a lot of people are struggling with money, struggling with their jobs, and we're hitting a recession right now. It's really hard to relate to your favorite influencer who's probably making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, because they're complaining about how hard they're working when the average person is probably working 2 to 3 really hectic jobs just to make ends meet. So things died down for Mikayla a bit. She took a break after that incident happened, and then she came back and it was back to normal. She was creating content again, posting videos, talking about makeup, and everything was great. Until this video popped up.
This looks like false light. This is how? What? It's this L'Oreal telescopic lift. Look at the wand. Okay, so basically I'm taking the curved side and I'm going root to tip and I'm starting to coat the lashes. And then once you've done that, you flip the brush to the side and you use the hook comb to basically separate. This is one coat. Okay, I'm gonna add a second. Look at the length. Do you see that? I am speechless. And I'm not sure anyone's gonna ever be able to compete with this mascara.
So I know that not everybody who watches my content knows much about makeup, cares about makeup, and that's totally fine. For those of you who don't know what's going on here, she talked about this mascara and talked about how it makes your lashes look really great, and then in the last clip, you can see that she's wearing what looks to be false lashes, and when people asked her about this in the comments, she denied it. But it's very, very, very obvious that when you look at this picture, and then you look at this picture, there are more lashes than what she had to start with. Mascara doesn't give you more lashes, it just coats the lashes you already have to make them darker and stand out more and look thicker. They're not going to magically make more lashes appear on your eyeball. She's one of the top influencers in the makeup community right now, and it appears that she was being sneaky, purposefully deceiving her audience, lying to her audience, and breaking her audience's trust. So obviously, as with any controversy, this created a lot of backlash for Mikayla, and a lot of people had a lot of criticism to give her, and rightfully so. I mean, if you're a huge influencer and your audience is what gets you to being at such a point of success in your life, doing something like this, in my opinion, it's more than just lying, because this was something that was planned. It's not like she did something embarrassing or made a mistake and is lying about it to soften the blow. She filmed herself applying the mascara, turned the camera off, added the eyelashes, and then turned the camera back on to say, look at how life-changing this mascara is. And when people asked about it, she said no, it was all just the mascara. She knew what she was doing, and she also knew what she was doing was wrong, because a few years prior, she made a video talking about this very specific thing and how people do it all the time and how it's wrong.
Just look at the difference. So I just lied straight to your face, and you probably believed it. These lashes, totally fake. And that's what brands do. They lie to you about how things work. Would you have known these were false lashes? Maybe not. And just lay it right on your lashes and press it down. Put about 5 pieces. Then go ahead and apply one final coat of mascara. How would they know? How would they know?
And as other influencers have pointed out, this is something that is not only affecting Mikayla, this is something that's affecting other influencers as well. People are not only losing trust in Mikayla, they're losing trust in everybody, because if Mikayla can do this, who else can? This also breaks the law, by the way, not only by trying to deceive her audience, but also because she tried really hard to hide the fact that this was a sponsored post by putting L'Oreal partner in some really small text at the bottom of her TikTok. And it wasn't until recently that she actually went back in and put sponsored when it was originally not there. And before we continue, just as I was finishing up this video, Mikayla posts a video on TikTok. This is on February 1st, and she responds but also doesn't respond.
I'm sure we all know why we've all gathered here today. It's the month of love, bitch. Anyone who knows me knows I'm not around on Valentine's Day, okay?
Her response is basically no response. She leads people into thinking she's about to talk about the mascara, but then she goes into talking about how she loves Valentine's Day in February, and she goes on to do this makeup look without ever really saying anything else about it. I'm sure this is obviously going to piss a lot of people off that she's ignoring the situation, and personally, I also find it to be pretty annoying since this is such a huge elephant in the room, but I think the message is pretty loud and clear that she's not going to talk about it. Maybe she can't talk about it. Maybe there's something with L'Oreal or something legal going on preventing her from talking about it, so this is the way she handled it. But this could also be something strategic. I don't think there is a single way she could admit to what she had done without people being very upset with her. And if she were to double down and claim that, no, these are my real lashes, she would just look foolish because she's very obviously wearing false lashes in this end result. So personally, what I think she's doing is just ignoring everything, hoping that everybody will forget about it, and we'll have to see whether or not that works out in her favor. But speaking of people forgetting about things, this is where things get very confusing. I am losing faith in humanity, and also, yes, Chester's being really cute and sleeping next to Edward the Eagle, who is representing the Eagles as they go to the Super Bowl. This has become an opportunity for a lot of older influencers to make a comeback and use this as their redemption arc after being exposed for doing really, really terrible things. And honestly, that's not what surprises me. What surprises me is the fact that a lot of people are welcoming them back with open arms. This is something that genuinely makes me question the mindset of society as a whole, because people are going from being really quick to decide whether or not somebody is a horrible person based off of lying about something or doing something terrible, to suddenly forgiving other people for doing terrible things. We have people like James Charles and Jeffree Star joining in on this, and for some reason everybody is excited about their return. Jeffree Star announced his return to reviewing makeup on TikTok, and a lot of people, a very alarming amount of people, are excited about this, many of which in the comments of his own TikTok video would say things like, even though he's done all of these terrible things, at least his makeup reviews are honest. He has a track record of being one of the most dishonest people I've ever seen on YouTube, and James Charles has a track record of lying too. Like how he claimed that one of the people lied about their age and he had no idea that they were under the age of 18 even though their age was posted in their bio on TikTok, especially due to the frequency of which this occurred in such a short period of time. And while it seems like every time he's in a scandal like this there are a few people that are exposed for faking the DMs, he has come out and admitted doing this to some people and claimed to have not known their age, and it's not like it was a one-time thing. This happened multiple times. So we can't trust you to not be a creep, but we can trust you with your review of a mascara. And again, while a lot of criticism is deserved on Mikayla's behalf for purposefully deceiving her audience, I find it extremely confusing and also disappointing to see that people are completely accepting of the fact that other really, really horrible influencers are resurfacing to dogpile on her. Also, something else that bothers me is that people are now blaming Mikayla for resurrecting Jeffree Star or bringing Jeffree Star back, and this started with a TikTok he made saying, "You've woken the beast."
Oh, I definitely have been hearing you loud and clear this week. You've woken up the beast, and I'll be reviewing makeup starting again next week.
Hot take moment here, maybe. Jeffree Star is back reviewing makeup because he chose to come back and do it. He even talked about moving to TikTok in a recent Shane Dawson video. And the reason he will once again be successful at it isn't because of this eyelash scandal. All it did was remind people of his existence. Those who actually cared about all the stuff he did will see through this, and the people that didn't, basically, they're going mask off now. Criticize this girl all you want for lying to her audience, and she knows it's wrong too, because she called this out herself a long time ago. But let's not make this an excuse to give people like this a redemption arc. There are other makeup beauty gurus out there that could be worth watching over them, and instead we're just giving them a redemption arc. It doesn't make sense to me. Was that an airplane? Look at you, you're so cute. Hi, Mr. Handsome. Honestly, do you want to know my trick to finding out makeup products that I use in my everyday life and how I decide whether or not I want to buy it? I think sponsorships are great when it comes to products that you haven't heard about before, because it opens the door to getting more people familiar with X, Y, or Z new product. But when it comes to things like skincare products and makeup products and what have you, the best thing to do, go on the store's website and look at the reviews on that product from regular everyday people. And that's not to say never trust influencers again, never trust anybody when it comes to promoting products, because there are a lot of products that influencers have promoted that I myself have bought that I do like. It's just that when it comes to makeup and skincare specifically, if it's a good product, I'll try it out. Thank you so much if you've made it all the way to the end of the video. I'm sorry that this one was a little bit shorter. I just wanted to get a lot of this out into the air because it's been bothering me, and I can't tell you who to watch, who not to watch, and if you want to watch these creators, then do so. With that being said, I am confused how this suddenly makes the things that other influencers have done okay. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will have another video to you very soon. I am planning on doing a video about Silent Hill, and I don't know how many people are going to be interested in that. It's something that I am very passionate about and want to talk about, and it is something that's on the darker side for a video game. Until then, I will see you in the next video.